rider who is known to the owner of the clinic called Turiamureba Amos. And he was assisted by another medical assistant who works at the clinic called Chimbowa David. So they managed to put him on a motorcycle, and that was now around 8:30 p.m. And they transported him up to Mulago, and he was admitted in the casualty ward at Mulago that very evening. The admission of the inpatient was registered under number 471567 of 2019, and at that stage he was being identified as an unknown victim of accident. The victim was later traced by relatives at Mulago, and on the 27th, that is 6 days after, of July, the victim was now identified by the relatives who traced him to the hospital as Michael Alinda. What is interesting is that around the 27th of July 2019, because of the fact that he required CT scan and very advanced treatment, the relatives caused for his removal from Mulago Hospital, and they transferred him to Nsambia Hospital for maybe seeking better expertise due to his deteriorating condition. He was admitted at Nsambia from the 27th up to the 30th of July 2019. And of course, because there was no improvement, his situation was worsening, Nsambia referred him again to Mulago Hospital. So the relatives again transferred Michael Alinda from Nsambia to Mulago Neurosurgical Department. That was now on the 30th. He was again readmitted under outpatient number 1679 of 2019 till the 4th of August 2019, when he succumbed to the injuries that he sustained out of the accident. The victim was examined on post-mortem in the presence of his relatives Mbaine and his wife Tumwebaze Hilda, and thereafter the body was handed over to them. Now, the exhibits of a motorcycle black Honda were initially that on the 21st, the Honda motorcycle was exhibited at Cheband. There is that police post which is along the bypass. They picked it on the 21st and they exhibited it there, and an entry was made of an accident by unknown or unidentified victim. So we managed to retrieve the motorcycle. The number plate had jumped off, and this motorcycle seat, that sport seat, also flew off. Then a few other parts, but they were all recovered. So the exhibit of the motorcycle Honda is with us. It has several dents on the right-hand side because this victim fell on the right-hand side of the tank, and other damages which are commensurate with the injuries which he got on the right-hand side, including the eye and so on and so forth. It's unfortunate he had a helmet, there are these sport helmets with holes on top, which he was not putting on. He was not wearing, but had inserted it in front of the motorcycle. So that helmet was also recovered. The shoes which jumped off due to shock were also recovered. The number plate of the motorcycle, number UDC 434W, was recovered. together with the motorcycle seat. Now, at this stage, we want to indicate to the public at large that there is no motive, therefore, in the death of Michael Alinda. This was purely accidental, and now we are classifying it as death arising out of a road accident. Okay? Now, what do we learn from this? We come out to caution all motorcycle riders that due to the design of motorcycles, wherever they get accidents, you know, it is open. Eh? It's always they are always exposed to surfaces, and that is very dangerous. And many motorcycles will always follow up. You can see this is a motorcycle which followed and even fell on him. And I think some of the burns that he had were as a result of the exhaust pipe, which of the motorcycle which landed on him. So if he had his helmet on him, probably it could have assisted somehow in what? Because you can see that the injuries were because of a fracture in the skull, okay? Which means that when he landed, he crushed his head. He crushed his head on the what? On the surface. He also had no protective gear when he fell down, and even when the motorcycle followed and hit him. Now, at this stage, we want to caution the public. And this instance, the relatives to the deceased, who knew very well the circumstances under which their relative sustained these injuries, they concealed this information to the police, and they created a vacuum, okay, which was so damaging. It's always good that if you have, don't make political capital out of such instances of death. You know, it's actually very, very painful. It is damaging to a number of institutions. It's so damaging to government. And yet you know the facts that led to the circumstances under which their relative actually died, because they managed to identify him in hospital, I think after 4 or 5 days. They even tried to transfer him to another hospital, and they came back and they were sitting on this information here, letting other opportunists, selected political actors, take advantage of the tragic incident for their selfish political interests and leverage, which is not good. So we once again want to come out that such political actors who come out and use death or start politicizing death, we want to really caution them. This is not the way to work. There are other very positive avenues, holistic approaches that you can use to get votes from the public and so on and so forth, but not to politicizing death even where you don't have sufficient evidence.